What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize member. Great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Kind of a smash week, not gonna lie, and an absolute evisceration smash of a week. If you don't feel so, then I don't really know how to help you. Kyle Kuzma just going out of the gate, firing. Hopefully you listen to the analysis rather than just seeing that it said lean next to it and not playing it, talked about it, put it in the premium Discord. Could have fired it even a little bit harder, but overall pretty happy with that. Ended up pretty heavily on the under of 24.5 points, 23.5 points as well for Jalen Green there. Alex Caruso ends up playing basketball. I think that's useful. You got Kobe White in there as well. Going to be good defensively to switch around with them. I would assume a couple of other things where I think Jalen Green, hopefully this is the game that we see him slow down a little bit. We'll find out a little bit later. Otherwise, it is what it is. Again, fantastic week. Pretty darn happy with the MLB results, although the Dodgers, obviously, I didn't know Shohei Ohtani was going to run into whatever he ran into. Oh boy, that was a little bit weird. But we got the Will Smith over 1.5 total bases. Got the under on both Dodgers pitchers there. We got Yoshi ended up going under. We also got Mr. Tyler Glasnow under in game one. So overall, kind of a really good week all around. Hopefully we can finish strong here on Friday. 8 games. We'll say it's one of the bleaker cards that we've had in quite some time. Been talking with producer Jacob, been talking to some people behind the scenes. I think we might be moving NBA to the morning window when we get MLB showing up here. I'll be able to do MLB night before. NBA later in the season, second half of the season. I want to give you good information. I want to give you the best information. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. Having MLB night before once we have opening day on Thursday, and NBA shifting that to an early morning program for you where I wake up, going to look at adjusted numbers, be able to give you some more updated information than normal throughout this entire season. Again, it's going to be a tough thing time-wise, but they're going to overlap for the rest of that regular season. Should be easier than come playoff time to know we have some predictability and have those released the night before. But just want to hear what you guys think. If you think that that would be helpful to you, if you think that we can make more money together doing it that way, I think we can. Again, I'm in the premium Discord throughout the day, posting cards at 11:15 p.m. last night, as well as early in the mornings here. Been getting some locks across the board. Been awesome stuff. Enough of an intro, though. It's Friday. It's the freaking weekend, baby. About to have me some fun. Bet365, good stuff. We'll talk about them. 10 states where it's available. If you're 21 and over, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. But I know North Carolina just got it. You've had it there in Arizona for a little bit, had it in a couple of other states, Colorado, Iowa. I'll talk about all the ins and outs of that. But producer Jacob, we're here. We're ready to rock. Let's get to the picks. Our boarding walk begins. Where else? With the Boston Celtics here. They've been very, 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 very kind to us here of late. And taking on the Detroit Pistons here in this one. We've picked our spots very, very nicely. Had some massive double-digit wins. Again, it's a team you feel pretty comfortable backing when they have guys off the bench who are able to do like starters things. We've had Sam Hauser inserted into starting lineups. Peyton Pritchard been playing some unbelievable basketball. They really, through and through, are the best team in basketball. I've said that routinely. The metrics pay it out. It is pretty easy to see them against Detroit and see them as 12.5-point favorites here in this spot. Looking at the Detroit side, Isaiah Stewart was announced as going to be out for the rest of the regular season, as is Ozar Thompson. So, Tosan, I know he went to Princeton. I know he's the kid from the tournament. Princeton made their run last year. Not going to be disingenuous. I can't pronounce his last name right here off the top of my head, but I know he's going to be starting and playing 30 minutes. He's a guy who's on a 10-day that they ended up going and picking up. We saw him with other teams earlier in the season, Memphis specifically, but he will be out there starting alongside like Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, put the names together there, Evan Fournier, Tosan, and Jalen Duren. Wow. That is a really bad starting five outside of Cade. Jaden Ivey's okay from time to time. We do have to pay close attention to Boston, though. They have Derek White officially in, but otherwise Q tags on Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford. You know what that's done, though? That's given us what I would call a discount. This is a definite discount dandy. Do you know? We were looking at 15, 16, 17 against the likes of Portland when they were missing like one piece here or there. Against Utah, same thing, missing 2 pieces there. This is a discount. You're going to get some configuration. I would be shocked, floored in fact, if Brown and Tatum sat. So I'm going to write that one off. This feels like a spot they're going to rest maybe 1, maybe 2. My guess is that Porzingis ends up sitting here and they end up having Al Horford play. Again, just an absolute guess here, but they have Kristaps Porzingis listed as right hamstring management. So I think he's a definite rest candidate, whereas questionable for left big toe sprain. I think Al Horford plays. And if he doesn't, Luke Cornett has been decent coming out, shooting the basketball, starting the break in Utah, doing weird stuff on a floor. Wild to watch. And Sam Hauser back here from that ankle sprain. So there's a little bit more depth here than you might otherwise expect. So I'll take the discount. If we get Tatum playing, this line isn't going anywhere. So Tatum alone, I think, can really do a lot to shore up this number. And if everybody plays, well, shit, this is going to be 15 plus very damn quickly. So let's take a little bit of a discount for a small calculated play here. 12.5 on the Boston side. Yes, minus 115 here. If you go to 13.5 and you're paying standard juice, just fine with that here as well. But 12.5 gets our card rolling with the best team in basketball. Again, Detroit, I can't talk about them anymore. Oklahoma City taking on Toronto. We just got done with the one double-digit spot, and OKC, wouldn't you know it, 15-point favorites heading into Toronto. I feel very differently about this one. Very, very differently, but there's not going to be a play from it. Still want to talk you through the ins and outs, because again, that's kind of my job. Nothing on the OKC side in doubt. Really nothing on the Toronto side in doubt either. Jontay Porter had a stomach problem and played 2 minutes. He's off the injury report. Kind of a fluke deal. I don't know why we're not getting news about that. It's a multi-billion-dollar league. Whatever. RJ Barrett, he's going to continue to be out. Emmanuel Quickly going to be out for a couple more for personal reasons. Bruce Brown, Trent, Dick, Agbaji, and Olynyk. Pretty straightforward starting 5. Jordan Nwora, Jontay Porter going to be the main guys off the bench there. Jamias Ramsey, Javon Freeman, Liberty going to have to play more. I like saying Liberty. I guess that's one fun thing about this game. I will say, though, 15 is a lot to be getting. I know Oklahoma City. They're a team that we've backed a lot here in spots, but 15 is a pretty wide number. Love what we saw from Chet Holmgren the other night, huh? How about that? Lock for 14.5. Told everybody to bet at 15.5. 16 is real close. 16.5. Goes for 35. That seems like a decent call. Whatever, we're not going to run it back here. It's going to be inflated. Toronto plus 15. Might be looking at some unders. Going to look at the prop market, but God, just another brutal game to be looking at. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Another brutal game to look at. The Pelicans taking on the Heat here, 1.5. You got the Pelicans on the back-to-back. Couple of teams here on back-to-backs. I'll be sure to let you know who they are. But yeah, Toronto, that game sucked. This game sucks. I don't even know what I really want to tell you. New Orleans, maybe you get something resting on the back-to-back. I don't know. Bam Adebayo, questionable. Big deal. Big deal. Thomas Bryant sucks defensively. Let me just tell you that. Orlando Robinson, complete evisceration of those two. My dear, sweet Lord. Second half NBA is pretty gross sometimes. This is a pretty gross slate. Not even going to sugarcoat it. Not even going to lie to you. Under 209, it's projecting out decently well, mainly because, well, you got some pace considerations. New Orleans talk about it all the time. They're the ones on the back-to-backs. They take a lot of mid-range jumpers, so that can be something to pay attention to. Actually, let me double-check to make sure I'm not talking completely out of my A-hole here, because, you know, you want fewer mid-range jumpers. Thought I saw that earlier. Where did it go? They're kind of middle of the pack, 45% mid-range. Oh, that's shooting efficiency. That doesn't help. That's not what I'm looking for. Where'd it go? Defensive shooting efficiency, 4 factors. How often do they take shots in the mid-range? Here, shot distribution. There we go. Now we've got it sorted correctly. You guys having fun? I'm having fun. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Steady. There they are. See, I was right. 27.2% of their shots from the mid-range. That is 20. Again, you don't want to be shooting that many from the mid-range. That's the 10th most. Was that fun for you? It wasn't fun for me. Under 209. Let's talk Odd Shopper. That's way more fun. OS Premium Tools friends. Hopefully you took advantage of that madness discount. Mad. That would have been great to throw in there from a couple days ago. It's good stuff. But $14.95 weekly, still an amazing deal. $49.95 monthly. Check it out down at the video description box below. But you know what? I got a little something for you. Let's just roll those dice and 20% off. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll stay on a 20% off using promo code Lindy. Friends, expert picks, Discord, premium tools. Yes, jump in that Discord again. Feel pretty good about the work I've done this week. Feel pretty good about the work I've done in 2024. It was a little hit and miss in December there. Holidays celebrate. Did not have a good time. Did not have a profitable month that month. But January, super profitable. February, super profitable. March, been giga profitable. Great stuff. Expert Picks Discord Premium Tool. Sign up for it down below. Again, $14.95 for a week becomes $12 for your first week. Let me prove it to you, especially with MLB starting next Thursday. Yes, officially. The whole thing, the whole shebang, starting next Thursday. Promo code Lindy at the link below. Back to the picks we go. Anthony Edwards, questionable. Probably plays. Rudy Gobert, questionable. Guess he's never going to play. Naz Reid, questionable. Got hit in the head from John Collins. That bozo. Absolute dum-dum. Donovan Mitchell still out on the Cleveland side. Not really waiting for a ton on the Cleveland side. We know Struz is going to be out. We know Evan Mobley going to be out. We know Donovan Mitchell going to be out. They're all going to be back by the end of the week, it sounds like, as is Dean Wade. Oh, Dean Wade. His parents are excited to see him back on the floor. Yeah, we're going to be waiting a while for a line here. Very interested to see where it drops, but flip a coin. I have no idea what to... I'm mainly saying flip a coin about the injury statuses. I mean, Minnesota's going to be favored. I hate this. Phew! We got ourselves a play. Memphis taking on San Antonio. I thought we'd never make it here, but hey, we back, baby. Who would have thought it? Not you, not me. But anyway, Scottie Pippen Jr., John Conchar questionable for this one. They got Desmond Bane doubtful because they're playing the Spurs. They want to try to lose this basketball game. Vince Williams doubtful. Oh, it is what it is. Brandon Clark gonna get back here this week. Did you hear that? Brandon Clark. We haven't seen him all year. Tore his Achilles last playoffs. It was really sad, and I didn't like seeing it. Luke Kennard going to be out for personal reasons. Derrick Rose never going to return to this team. Marcus Smart is coming back next week sometime, maybe. Lamar Stevens, he's out forever. Yuta Watanabe, forgot he was on this team. Zaire Williams. The fuck? Jordan Goodwin's with the G League. That makes sense. Oh, and the Spurs, we know that they're completely 100% perfectly healthy with the side of Zach Collins, backup center, questionable. That's fine. Sandro Mamukashvili could get dusted off, thrown out there for 15 minutes if need be. More than likely, though, because we've seen it be Blake Wesley, but Blake Wesley's already been in the rotation, so I think it's probably Sandro Mamukashvili. Really fun to talk about him come this time of season. But I like the Memphis side of things here, friends, mainly because if you're giving me 6 against the Spurs, I know Victor Wembanyama been revolutionary. Just absurd. Devin Vassell playing massive minutes here for I don't know what reason. And Keldon Johnson, they continue to limit him. But yeah, Devin Vassell's really starting to figure out basketball. Well, he did. That's why they paid him a ton of money in the offseason. Like a crazy amount of money in the offseason. Yeah. Anyway. I don't have a ton of analysis other than like you look at the adjusted team ratings for these two and we met this near the bottom. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is the second best player playing on this floor and he's pretty good. Got a negative 5.6 adjusted net rating. Spurs are still at negative 6.2. I know it's more limited minutes for Wemby. He's going to play 32 and go sit down again unless there's overtime. But like Memphis plus 6 feels like a gift. Spurs still suck. Half unit. Guys, this card sucks. Let's check on with our good friend Kyle Kuzma, who has 18 points. Yeah, he had 18 points at the half. Oh, they're just getting going here in the second half. Wanted to throw it out there, though. Kyle Kuzma, 21.5 points. Ended up on that. Ended up on an alternate 25 plus on my own little dealio. No, it is what it is. But wanted to just throw it out there that felt pretty darn good about his opportunity to smash faces, and Kyle Kuzma is smashing faces. Hopefully you caught that when talked through the lean process. Again, second half NBA. Sometimes I'm not going to get the props night before. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you think about doing MLB night before, then doing the morning show being NBA and trying to get that out for the people, give you some more updated stuff. Again, trying to give you the best information possible and give you winning, actionable information. NBA, some stuff. Again, you want to bet it early because you see how often the lines move. You see where I'm at here. I have this adjusted to Steph Curry being around 27.5 here as an opener. I'm going to, once again, same thing I did with Kyle Kuzma. It came in way lower than I was expecting, but you saw a number of different pieces there. Jordan Poole continuing to start. Wanted to just be a little bit cautious there still. Kyle Kuzma making feel pretty good about it, but I'm going to do something similar here. Something similar here with Mr. Steph Curry against the Indiana Pacers. Why? Well, you know the Pacers, defensively, they bring absolutely nothing. Squadoosh to the table. 37.6 shot distribution at the rim. Everybody just taking it to the rim against them. And then you got Tyrese Halliburton. Again, Steph Curry, I know we all look at him. He is the most prolific shooter that we've ever had in this league ever. Like ever, forever. But I don't think he gets enough love for how good he is at the rim. 65% here around the rim. Oh, Brandon Ingram helped to the locker room. That seems bad. Seems really, 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 really bad. Wanted to pay attention to that. That might impact something that we look at from that previous game. So if you're listening to this under 209, probably looking extra good here if we don't have Mr. Brandon Ingram out there. Might have to look at firing that one up here. That's a bummer. He was playing good, and I've got him on some stuff, but you don't need to be concerned about that. Let's be concerned about this. Steph Curry, friends, against the fastest-paced team. I know we're getting all these Golden State pieces healthy. They're happier. They're playing together. Woo, it's fun. Got to still carve out minutes for Klay Thompson off the bench now. Chris Paul off the bench now. Wild to see them coming off the bench and Podziemski, Kuminga starting and playing as well as they have. And hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I think 25 plus and 30 plus when we're talking about potentially just having like along with a money line play on the Golden State side. You know me by now. Not a huge single game parlay person. I don't completely hate the idea of it here, backing the favorite at home and then combining it, but I'm going to throw specifically Steph Curry 25 plus, 30 plus. I want to see where that opening number is, 26 and a half, 27 and a half, 28 and a half. That's going to dictate a lot of what I want to do with it. So it's same thing as Kyle Kuzma, call to lean because it has to be. It's not out. We don't have the prop available to us. But there's no way that against Tyrese Halliburton and his sub 10th percentile defense that we don't run into some gloriousness here because there's nobody, and I do mean nobody out there defensively, who's going to be able to slow down Steph if he plays 34 minutes. It's just not going to happen. He's going to put up 35. It's just going to happen very, very quickly. Let's take the 25, the 30. Again, half unit 25, quarter unit 30 plus. Might look at combining the money line. Lots to be figuring out here. So hit me up on X at Eric Lindquist if you want to know. You also want to know about Bet365? Let's talk about that now. Friends, Bet365 available in 10 states here as of right now. North Carolina being the newest, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Arizona, Kentucky, and Louisiana. If you are in one of those 10 states, yes, 10 states, go to the link below. Bet 5, get 150 in bonus bets because it's March Madness. We've got opening day baseball coming up. We've got golf to be betting on. We've got anything and everything in the NBA streets going now until fucking like what, July? Yeah, it'll be middle July. It's gonna be great stuff, or beginning July usually, or end of June. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be awesome, friends. Check it out. Bet 5, get 150 if you're in one of those states. Only for 21 and over, 18 and over in Kentucky. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. 2 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we talk about another just woof. Clippers, Portland. Really like the W that we took there. We had DeAndre Ayton. We took the under, bet it down from 36.5 to 35.5. Double tapped it. It's always good. Zombieland. It's one of the rules. Double tap. It's a great movie. Underrated movie. Zombieland 2. It was okay. Emma Stone. Pretty good little actress. And Woody Harrelson. I'll watch him play that dude all day. Or pretty much anything. See, producer Jacob, I do like movies. Anyway, Clippers, friends. Massive smash. Even though you had no Norman Powell, no Terrence Mann out there. No problems whatsoever. They did shoot the ball pretty damn well, though. Again, this is one of those things where you see what just happened, and there's going to be numbers that adjust for this because the public is just not thinking about things correctly. Like, there's so many things that change on a day-to-day basis, but you look at the field goal box score. This is kind of what I wanted to point out and what it is that I'm kind of leaning towards, because you go back to what that game was. You know, it's pretty easy to go back and check. Closed at 216 and a half. 216 and a half. Yet it still opens at 218 and a half. Why is that? Well, because the Clippers shot the ball really, really well. Made it very, very difficult for things to work out. And it's not like Portland was terrible. They shot 48.1% from the field, 44% from three, 42% from three for the Clippers. The losing team, the Trailblazers shot it better better from three than the Clippers did, which again is always surprising, but you got to the line, 13 for 15 from the line. The Clippers 10 for 15 from the line. And then, of course, from the field, 52% the Clippers. So you're getting a little bit of a bump up here. You're getting a 2-point bump up to 218 and a half. You know what? I still don't want to play it here at this number. Hopefully the public moves this to 219 and a half and just looks at last game and thinks, oh, well, you know, it hit 219. It hit 219. Let's get it up. I'd play it at 219 and a half. I'm not going to play it here. Under 218.5. That's the lean. Again, we want a better number. That's what I'm waiting out for. I'm hoping, waiting, wishing. Man, Powell back. That would be useful. I don't have a whole lot else to add. Last game of the night. Let's go. And our final game of the night, we're heading to Los Angeles. We got Philly taking them on. 9-point dogs are the Philadelphia 76ers because no Joel Embiid. Obviously, that makes sense. 227.5 total looks pretty efficient to me here as well. But let's talk through the process of this one because this is going to be the first time that I think I've unveiled this all season long because I haven't bet anything from it. But it's the game I'm the most interested in potentially. But I do think that this number has an ability to slide to the left, slide to the right. Freeze! Everybody clap. That would be very annoying if I did that right now. Almost as annoying as actually singing that song. But Philadelphia, 36-33. No, against spread. Doesn't really say a whole lot. Those are closing numbers. We're trying to get to some of these early. And also, well, no Joel Embiid. Things have changed a little bit here. But we'll see Tobias Harris went through shoot-around on Thursday. Sounds like he's going to be good to go. Officially listed as questionable. We'll take a look over at NBA.com, over at the injury report. Look at that. I can click on buttons and go to NBA.com. Go me. It's also something that got brought up to my attention. This stuff is so irrelevant. It's ridiculous. Philadelphia in their last 10, 9-1 record against the Lakers. Joel Embiid matters, friends, so don't ever look at stuff like that. It's completely irrelevant and doesn't do anything for you. And yet, I'm saying that all knowing that I think my favorite play that's going to exist here on Friday is going to come from this game, but I'm waiting. Because I do think publicly backed teams like a Lakers team here have the ability to push this up to 10. You still have Tobias Harris, and everybody wants to just go completely apeshit on him. He's been terrible. There's no question about it. But the true shooting, when you don't have a Tyrese Maxey on the floor, has been exponentially worse. Without Joel Embiid on the floor, exponentially worse. Maxey's been playing here, been looking better, has had an opportunity to go out and smash, playing alongside of Kyle Lowry also helps and creates. Kelly Oubre, they have Nicholas Batum back. They can do the Mo Bamba, Paul Reed thing in whatever capacity they want to. But overall, Tobias Harris, getting 30 minutes of him as opposed to just 20 of Batum, KJ Martin out there for too many minutes, and Cam Payne, who's been enacted into service. This is still an upgrade. No matter what you want to say, no matter how much you want to dish on Tobias Harris, probably rightfully so, but he's not laughing. Him and his dad, his agent, his dad, doing great things. They found themselves the bag baby by Tobias Harris. But this is at 9 at the moment. I think we can get this up to double digits, and then I will be happy to lock it. If this number remains, even after Tobias Harris, I will like it. And if you have Tobias Harris out here, more than likely the number is going to move to an efficient place where I don't want anything to do with it, in the double-digit realm, and I will lean with it. So, your very first of the year, lean like lock. Haven't bet it. I'm going to wait. I think you should wait. Again, this is the most disturbing card we've had all season long. I think in some capacity. Again, might be hyperbole, but it might not be. It's really the way I feel about it. I'm going to be looking at the prop market pretty heavily. I think that's going to be where we make our hay here on Friday. Night before, not really finding a lot, so lean like lock. Philly +9, dealer's choice for you. If you're with me, people, just be patient because I think we could be getting this at a much better number with patience. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for this lovely little game that we have before us, this 8-game slate that we have before us. Awesome stuff. Bet365, check them out. Bet5, get 150 in bet credits if you're in one of those 10 states. Shout out North Carolina, shout out Arizona, the newest states on the board for sure. Iowa, Colorado, been with you guys for a while, Virginia, so on and so forth. It's if you're 21 and over, and if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm ready to rock here this weekend. Kick it back, watch a little college basketball, use the premium tools over at OddsShopper. You can sign up for that down below here as well. Promo code Lindy gets you 20% off, so $12 for your first week or $42 for your first month. Thank you, producer Jacob. Another week in the books, kicked off MLB Lindy's in style. That's really all I got for you, friends. Until next time, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Friday.